Bahrain.
I think, what are we doing this based on? Races of previous years or
Racist?
Races.
What are we doing this based on racism? Jesus Christ, bro.
That's a touchy subject.
You're moving mad on a Thursday morning, bro.
Let's not go there.
Jesus Christ.
Let's not go there.
Okay, yeah, races.
Races.
Yeah, well, okay, so the thing is, you got to base it off how many good races there have been there, but also, is the track layout good for racing? Now, here's where it gets touchy, because one track could have had one race on the calendar, right, and had a banging race. So it's basically a 100% success record. So then automatically it goes and goated, right?
No.
But let's say a track like Azerbaijan, which has had, I'd say, majority banging races, but in recent years it's been a bit shaky. Everyone's like, oh, well, it's only decent because it's kind of like 50-50. But realistically, you can't do that because then you're saying that a track that's been on the calendar for like 1 year is better than... You know what I'm saying?
It's all about perspective.
It's about perspective,
You've got to try and gauge the future.
And I think you've also got to base it off the circumstances and the track as well. So Bahrain, I'm going to give it a beauty.
To be fair, my gut feeling, every time that I come into a year, I'm happy Bahrain's there.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. It usually throws up a decent race. Sometimes it can be a little bit boring. Sometimes it could throw up a banger.
Yeah.
It's a good track for overtaking.
Yeah.
It tests the drivers. Very good track overall.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
And I think it's just overall just a good racetrack.
It is
like, it's not goated, but it's a good racetrack. Like,
solid. It's solid, especially at the start of the season. It's just solid.
It's solid, yeah. Because it's kind of a bit of everything. You got long straights. You've got an S section. You've got tight hairpins. You've got turn 10, which is very challenging.
Yeah.
You've got curbs that can throw you off. You've got traction zones that can spin you out. It's a good racetrack. Like, it's a very, very good racetrack.
Nice track.
Saudi Arabia.
High speed. Very high speed.
Very high speed. Very high speed.
Do I think the racing's phenomenal? No. It's very DRS-y dependent.
Yeah.
I feel. Can hit a bit of a lull. But it's an exciting track.
Yeah.
I'm going to go decent.
I'd agree. It's in between decent and meh for me, but I put it in decent only because I think like
how fast it is for a street circuit.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that
the amount of skill, the fizz.
Yeah,
it gives you a fizz.
It gives you the fizz,
like, the sense of
like even if there's no overtaking happening, you're like, well, a driver could just bin it, as we saw Stroll do.
There's jeopardation,
and as we've seen Schumacher do, and as we've seen Zhou do.
Stay away from Stroll. Your reaction to Stroll was not.
We don't need to talk about that. No, it did not go down well. It was okay. To be fair, I didn't do myself any favors at all because I edited that short, but I took myself out of context for the sake of the short and realized how bad of an idea that was. I wasn't celebrating the fact that he crashed. I celebrated the fact that. All right. Jesus Christ.
I'm joking.
I was celebrating the fact that I predicted Stroll would bin it, and I was like, oh my god, I got it right.
Yeah.
So it's out of context. But either way. Australia. So obviously Australia now.
I've got to take my feeling of the game out of this.
Yeah, so obviously we play the F1 game, as probably a lot of you guys do. Australia.
I hate the track.
Yeah, it's not a fun one to drive. I feel like it's just one of those where I like it in terms of when you get it right, it's good, but
I hate it with a passion.
Yeah, you got to take that out of account. Like, it is a good race circuit, like just all things considered.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because did we have a good race this year?
Yeah.
Did we have a good race last year?
No. Yeah, no, yeah. Last year's race was better than this year's race.
A little bit. But is that only because the last 5 laps you had red flags? Other than that?
Well, it was kind of the start of the race and the end of the race.
That you actually can remember a full-on Australian Grand Prix?
Like a good Australian Grand Prix?
Yeah. When was the last time you remembered a good one?
2012. When Button won.
That for me.
In fact, even then wasn't that good. Probably 2010 was the best Australian Grand Prix we've had.
That can't go in goated or beauty.
No, I wouldn't put it in there.
It's impossible.
No.
Decent. I think with a new layout, it's decent. Old layout, it was meh.
Okay, I'll give it this. I think Australia has evolved well for these new cars because
the new layout.
yeah. So the old layout worked for the smaller V10s and all that, but for the new cars that are a lot bigger, I think it's evolved in a way that now allows more overtaking. Because this year, it wasn't an exciting race at the front, but the midfield was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Overtaking every lap, like it was a good race in the midfield. Possibly not. I think our expectations were kind of held down a bit because we were like the first time Max isn't in a race and second, third, fourth, fifth on when they get a chance to fight for the lead, they're not actually fighting, which we were kind of like, oh, that's a bummer. But really, the midfield showed that it was a good.
Yeah.
I do agree though. It has had its lull period.
I'm putting it decent, but it's going bottom of decent.
I'd agree decent.
It's bottom of decent.
Yeah.
But
Japan.
Old one that was meh.
Yeah, old
Japan's goated.
Yeah, Japan's goated.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like it throws up good races, and the track itself with just the way that the track is.
Yeah.
The whole layout is goated.
I'd argue Japan along with Spa probably has Spa, Great Britain, Monaco probably have and Monza I guess as well. Maybe have
we'll get to them.
Some of the best or most memorable corners on the circuit. The 130R, Spoon, the hairpin, the S's.
130R.
Like it's so the last chicane as well. Obviously Senna, Prost. Yeah. It's got so many great races attached to it.
That first sector's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. To just see cars flying around. It's a great circuit.
I've actually got so much better on this game in Japan as well.
That's the only reason it's goated.
I don't mind it now.
No,
Come back to me 2-3 years ago. Japan's fucking Mazepin.
Yeah, I haven't watching. The thing that I love about Japan, and obviously we're going to see this in a few days, is watching two cars go side by side through 130R. Oh, so good.
Hamilton's overtaken Alonso last year.
Yeah, exactly. So good. China.
It's been a while since China.
Yeah, it has. So it's a bit harder to judge, but I'd say China's a beauty.
It is a nice track.
No, it's thrown up some very good races.
Very nice. I do go back to 2018. You had like a 6-way battle there, didn't we?
Yeah, Red Bull's coming through on the fresher tyres.
Yeah.
And then obviously I remember
the Mercedes, the Ferrari, Max hitting Vettel.
Yeah, Max hitting Vettel. You had
Ricciardo
2011 Hamilton came through past Vettel for the lead to win the race. You had Ricciardo's had a few good races around there.
Hamilton in the gravel.
Nico Rosberg 2012 started alongside Michael Schumacher on the front row. You had obviously you can't ever forget Hamilton binning it in the gravel, fighting Kimi Räikkönen for the title.
It's not goated.
Oh, it's gotta be goated.
It's not goated.
Maybe
it's not goated.
Okay, maybe beauty.
It's not good. I think there's some corners, like the corner, the big looping one coming onto the straight. It's not exciting. The S's, you don't see many cars going side by side through there. It's a bit. The long straight is arguably too long. Imagine that push to go system.
Oh
my
it'd
god,
be fucked. The hairpin's good though because it allows cars to take a wider line to cut back.
I like the first one.
Hairpin.
I like the first corner. First corner's lovely.
Oh yeah, you can on fresh tires. Someone can go right around the outside.
Yeah. First corner's good.
Yeah.
I think it's beauty.
We'll say
There's
beauty.
a few things that can. Is it better than Bahrain?
Yes.
We're doing a tier list, Lewis.
It's better than Bahrain.
We're doing a tier list properly.
It is better than Bahrain.
This list is not getting fucked.
This list isn't going to. Well, some people might disagree.
Yeah, stuff like
Miami? I don't think it's a very good track, to be fair.
It's not, is it? It's meh.
The S is...
It's good in terms of it's so different. So you've got a fast first sector. You've got that really tight chicane in the middle.
Yeah, but the issue is...
It throws stuff up.
The issue I have with it is that the S's at the start are a poor attempt at recreating Maggots and Beckett's, in my opinion. The straight is a good overtaking place into that corner at the end of the straight.
Yeah.
The chicane in the middle, or the few chicanes, too tight.
It's too tight, but it is quite.
Too tight. Fast and quite, daring, but too tight. I just think it's generally a boring track. I feel like it's tried to be a China, it's tried to be a Bahrain, it's tried to be a Great Britain, but it's not. I don't know. It just hasn't produced the racing that you'd want, and maybe that's because we're in an era now where maybe, I don't know. Maybe we kind of are more biased towards the older tracks.
We're going harsh. It's Mazepin.
Yeah, it's not very good, is it? I can't.
I'm being brutal today.
Yeah, Imola.
Meh.
Really? I think Imola's a really good track. And it has thrown up some good races. It has thrown up some very good races. Obviously, in the past and in the present as well. I think it's done its job when it's come back. I don't think it's goated, and I'd probably put it at the bottom of beauty. I won't say
as a historical factor. Imola, like obviously we know what happened with Senna and everything.
Yeah.
As a historical factor, you put it beauty goated.
Well, we're ranking this as a racetrack.
But as a race, I've never enjoyed myself watching it.
Really?
There's just something like there's just something that I'm just like, great, lovely.
I tell you what, put it at the top of decent to compromise.
Bottom of decent.
Yeah, but I'd put it in beauty, so we'll go top.
It's below Saudi. I'm not having it above Saudi.
Nah, bro.
No, I'm not having it.
Bro, no.
I'll go above Australia, but below Saudi.
Why below Saudi for Imola? Nah, bro, I can't do it. I was gonna put it in beauty.
No, I'm not.
In decent. At least I'm conceding to decent.
It's nowhere near China and Bahrain.
I'm not saying it's no. I'm not saying it's near China or Bahrain. I'm just saying.
Why is the strap falling off there?
Because I took it off.
Right.
Okay, right. Here's a debate we're gonna have.
Well,
I don't know. We might not have a debate.
What, Monaco?
Yeah.
You've not moved Imola.
Yeah, but I don't
want
to
move
Imola.
on from it.
No, I don't. Oh, fucking fine, bro. Jeez. Right.
Pussy.
Well, I don't care enough about Imola to argue my case.
See, the fact that you don't care enough.
If
you don't care enough to argue your case, that's.
Right. Okay. Monaco. Okay. Right.
It's goated because it's Monaco, but as a race, it's shit.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good race.
Really shit, and we're doing this off not just track and place and what it is, but also in terms of race, which is why it can't go goated.
You have to factor everything in.
As a place, as a spectacle, it's goated.
Okay, here's the thing. History, goated.
Yeah.
Place, goated.
Corners.
Goated. Track itself, the challenge, goated. The whole
qualifying,
goated. Qualifying, goated. The essence of Formula One
goated
is in Monaco.
But the
Monaco
race
Grand Prix.
is so shit.
But the race is so bad.
It is awful.
You are watching cars go round in a circle for 2 hours, not doing anything.
That is essentially
not even
Formula One.
Yeah, but at least you get overtakes at other tracks.
Yeah, that's why it can't go and go it.
For the race is Mazepin.
The race is a huge
bottom
factor.
Mazepin.
It is Mazepin.
Bottom of Mazepin. But the goated status brings it up. It's got to go in top of beauty because it's still the Monaco. I still get excited for the Monaco Grand Prix.
I get excited for it actually on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday, I hope rain comes.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't get me wrong. If it rains on a Sunday, the race
Last
is goated.
year's Monaco wasn't that bad because it rained towards the end.
Yeah. If it rains, the Monaco Grand Prix is goated instantly because it's like drivers in slippery conditions.
If it's interchangeable conditions.
Yeah. It's so exciting.
Goes wet, or starts wet, goes dry. Lord.
It's that tension of knowing someone could just bin it. It's kind of like Saudi in that way as well.
Yeah.
But just if it's dry, the only thing that can spur it on is strategy. But teams are so tuned into strategy nowadays that they cancel each other out, don't they? Right, Canada, Canadian Grand Prix. I think it's goated personally.
It's a good track.
It's goated for two reasons.
It's thrown up good races.
It's thrown up good races.
And it's tight. It's tight. Let's not get it wrong. There's walls.
There's walls, challenge, and also it is you can overtake. You can overtake you can overtake into the first corner, second corner, looping back around. Obviously, the DRS straight at the end
Last
into
corner.
the chicane, the last corner. Obviously, even the chicane, even the hairpin
Yeah.
before the straight. The chicane before the hairpin now has a DRS straight coming
Yeah.
up to it. Plenty of overtaking opportunities. It's had good races. You remember 2011 was a great race. 2010 I thought was a good race.
2007.
2007 was a good race. 2008 was a good race as well. Remember the drama with Lewis Hamilton?
Hamilton and
Vettel recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
2018. Was it 2019? It was 2019, wasn't it?
2019.
And yeah, it's thrown up some very good races. Yeah, I think it's got to be
It's
goated.
usually a red flag or a safety car in there as well.
Yeah,
Which spices
it
up.
throws up some spice.
Yeah, I'll go goated.
I think it's got to be goated.
I think it's bottom. It's behind Japan.
Yeah, it's not quite Japan level goatedness, but
It's a low goated
it's there
because
there.
it's not got the iconic feel for me.
Not yet.
You say
Not
not,
yet.
yet, but how long has that been on the calendar?
20 years, maybe longer.
And do you know, like, you don't go. This is iconic. This is a race. Like, this is.
Well, what tracks do you think of when you think F1?
Monaco, Suzuka, Britain,
Monza, Spa.
Monza, Spa.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
tends to be the five
Brazil,
that you
maybe.
really think of.
Brazil.
Brazil sometimes.
Brazil,
but like,
yeah.
if you
No,
weren't,
Brazil, yeah.
if you weren't into F1, like into it,
Yeah.
you, but you know sort of the tracks, you don't really think of Brazil.
Sao Paulo.
Like what I'm like, if you don't know, you think Monaco.
It's more of a
Britain.
recent iconic.
It's more Monaco, Britain, really. That you have two
Yeah.
top tier, and then Monza, obviously with the Tifosi.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spain.
Spain. Yeah, this is fucking meh. I'm sorry.
It's a metro.
It's fucking.
It is a metro.
The only reason I was excited was when they did testing there.
I mean, you have a few. You have a few like little moments in there. Obviously, Hamilton, Max chasing down Hamilton Vettel battle.
The thing.
Hamilton, I think Hamilton's made Spain boring because he's
Yeah, he
ridiculously
did.
good around there.
Yeah, he did. Hamilton made Spain boring. The thing what I'll say about Spain is it's a moment track.
It
Moments
is a
track.
moment.
So a lot of iconic moments are from Spain. You think Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton 2016. You think Maldonado winning Williams' first race in God knows
Yeah.
how long. You think Max Verstappen winning his first race.
Yeah,
All moments, but really,
Hamilton Rosberg crash.
yeah, were they good races? Hamilton Rosberg crashed, so that made it exciting in 2016. Max went on to win his first ever race, but
Was it a good race?
yeah, I mean, it was the best race I think we've had around Spain. Kimi Räikkönen was hounding him
them, yeah.
the whole time. But was there really any battling? Was there really any? Was there any?
Not major. Do you prefer the new layout or the old one?
The new one, because it gives you more speed down the straight because
It-
for overtaking.
It does. It does do that, but I quite prefer the challenge of the
No,
tight
the chicane was so it just took the sting out of
It
the,
did take a sting out, and
and if you were on old tires, you had no chance.
yeah. But I liked the Jeff. If you got that wrong, hit the curb, or whatever, and you're side by side with the car.
Well, this is another issue with Spain. I think it's too tight as well.
It's moments.
It's too tight.
It's moments.
I think it's a moments track.
It's meh.
It's meh. I'm not a big fan of it, which is why I'm excited for Madrid
It's meh.
because I think it's gotten quite boring.
Austria is always a good race.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
is.
say that it's not.
It is always a good race.
It's always a good race.
Even if someone, I think Max.
Like
came
even
through,
when Max dominates, it's a good race behind at least.
remember when Max came through the field
Yeah.
to beat Leclerc 2019, was it?
Yeah.
That was a good race.
It's phenomenal.
Norris fighting for his life to try and get his first podium when Hamilton had a penalty.
Yeah.
Norris again getting another podium.
It's just always a good race. There's always something going on.
Yeah,
Like,
there's always something happening.
you had the Mercedes double DNF.
You can't
with
remember
reliability.
Hamilton's mad lap as well in the wet,
Yeah.
and then Verstappen spinning it. That was a tense qualifying session.
Rosberg not turning in the top hairpin I'm crashing into Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton chasing down Rosberg for all those laps, and then
Yeah.
it happens on the final lap. And then there's always good battling. It could almost be a Spain where it could be moments, but
it's not.
but battles do happen.
It's just not though.
No, battles do happen. Good overtaking opportunities as well. Oh, we
Do
can't.
you have to?
It is quite historic as well. The track.
My problem is now, and I'm getting a problem with Canada.
What?
Being goated.
What?
Good races, both
Yeah.
of them, Australia and Canada. Phenomenal races.
Yeah.
Phenomenal moments. But I think to be goated, it's got to have history.
Canada does have history. It's literally named after.
It's the bottom of history. In terms of you think of all the other tracks.
Yeah, but you've got to think the only reason.
But
you
that's
don't think...
why Austria's not goated.
Yeah, but the only reason you don't think Canada's that historic is because most of the history that comes with Canada has happened.
It's happened
when we've grown up with the sport. It's not like we're looking back on, oh my god, it was Senna and Prost back in that day and we weren't alive and that's so historic. Most of the history's happened when we've been alive, so we've grown up with it, but it's still historic.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of them, innit? I think Austria's got to be goated. It has to be. Has to be goated. It is. It's a goated race.
It's a goated race. It is a goated race, but
it's got to be goated. It's got to be goated. Can't not be goated.
I know, but you got to be harsh.
I'm being harsh.
I want to be harsh.
Why? Everything you've said indicates for this race to being goated.
Yeah, but
everything you've said.
There's just something that's like. It's not a Silverstone. It's not a Suzuka. It's not Monaco. Do you know? It's not got that.
It's not got the jeopardy. That's what it is.
It's not like.
It's not got any iconic corners.
It doesn't grab you. But
no, it's a good race.
You know, you go there. It's a phenomenal race, but it just doesn't grab you.
There's not. Okay,
that's
I
why
think,
it can't be goated.
I think I know what it is. You go to Japan. It might not always be the most exciting race, but you'll have two cars going side by side through 130R. You'll have a car swinging it through the S's. You'll have a car sending it down the inside of Spoon. The hairpin, the traction zone. You know, in Monaco, it's the qualifying.
Yeah.
And it's the jeopardy of not being in it to get pole position so you can win the race. In Britain, it's Maggott and Beckett's and going side by side with cops, knowing if you're going to bin it off and do a Max Verstappen with Lewis Hamilton, or if you're going to be able to make it, maybe go wide, maybe
Seb Vettel not breaking into the final chicane.
Seb Vettel not breaking into the final. There's no risk in Austria.
That's why it's not goated.
Okay, fair enough.
No,
you've convinced me. It's top of beauty.
It's top of beauty. Yeah.
It's got to be.
Oh, in Monaco.
No.
It's a better race than Monaco, but Monaco. It's like if you put Monaco's history with Austria.
Yeah, okay. You give me Monaco, but then give me the type of races we get in Austria, and it's the best track in the world. Right, great. I mean, this is just.
Goated.
I mean, you
it's
can't.
British bias potentially, but
No. It's 100% British bias. I don't care. Yes.
No,
goated.
but is it though?
Yes.
Is it British bias? Because
yeah,
I think even people not from Britain will admit Silverstone's goated.
It's the best track on the calendar.
It's goated.
It's genuinely still a good racetrack. It's wide enough for overtakes. It's got the risky corners. It's got the history. It's the first. It was the first. I mean, it was there since 1950.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So Hungary. This always does a good race. This is a beauty track, I think.
It doesn't always do a good race. Like, I'm not saying it's a tough track to overtake on, but if you get a race where sometimes you do get like good races, it's 50-50.
Why I always like this race is because the strategy game. Where they, you know, when they always do the.
Your main
battle
strategy where that was an example was the Hamilton chasing Max doing quali laps.
Yeah, and Max chasing Hamilton last year.
Yeah.
So it's the you know, when obviously, so it's the battle of the one stop and the two stops.
Yeah.
And because it's so hard to overtake, that's the only. But it makes it exciting because the person who's done the two stop is always coming through at rapid speeds because of the the nature of the track is so demanding on the tires. It gives that extra little bit of oomph
Do you
to the
get
race.
excited
Yeah,
for Hungary?
I do. I do. Yeah, I really like the Hungarian Grand Prix.
I don't.
You don't? I don't think it's.
No, I like it, but I don't get excited for the track, to be honest.
No, it's not the most exciting.
If I'm putting it, if I'm looking at all of them and I'm putting it somewhere, it's the top of decent.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it and I'm going, how many more iconic races can you name from either Hungary or Bahrain?
Bahrain.
Surely not. Hungary, come on. It's got to be Hungary.
Yeah, but Hungary iconic. Like, what's your top iconic race?
You got to look at Ocon winning, Max versus Lewis. You got to look at
Yeah, but you got Max versus Lewis at Bahrain.
yeah, but Ocon winning, Max versus Lewis. Obviously, the Alonso holding.
Perez winning. After
Well,
coming from the back.
that was in
to
Sakhir.
first. Oh, basic.
That was in the Sakhir Grand Prix. Different track, bro. Different track, fam. Different track.
50% of
No,
it.
no, it's a different track. You got to look at Lewis Hamilton winning his first race for Mercedes in 2013.
Battle of the Silver Arrows.
Yeah, that was a good race.
But that was a phenomenal race.
Yeah, well, it was the best race of 2014, or one of the best races. Canada was pretty good in that season as well. I'm trying to think as well. What else was there? We've had obviously Hamilton's quali lap. You've got no, but there's been
yeah, I know.
Bottas binning it into the first corner and then throwing up an absolute madness of a race. I mean,
that
come
was
on.
just stupid. That was so stupid. Oh my god.
Okay, I see what you mean. Well, it's top of decent then.
That's what I said. Top of the.
Okay, let's say top.
I'm 50-50. Because obviously Bahrain's there.
Yeah, but I think
feel like we've been very lenient on China.
no, I think China deserves to be there.
I think China should be below.
No, because
Bahrain.
it's a good racetrack though.
Is it below Bahrain?
No, because it's produced more. It's produced better races
The
than
list's
Bahrain.
fucked.
The list isn't fucked yet. Right, here you go. Here's an easy one. It's straight and goated.
Oh,
Right
gosh,
behind
yeah.
Britain. There we go. I
Gosh,
mean,
yeah.
can't argue that. Don't need to say anything else.
Right behind Britain, above Suzuka.
Yeah. Above Suzuka, fam. It's a fucking Belgian Grand Prix. Bro, it's always a good race when there's interchangeable conditions. It's always on one side of the circuit and not the other.
That when it rains, because it's such a long track, half of the track's wet, half the track's
And that's
dry.
straight, and then a Rouge and Radion and
Yeah,
it's
okay,
just
it's good.
bust up. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, the Dutch Grand Prix.
It's only been on for a few years.
Well, no, only been back for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Only been
historic
back for
track.
a few years.
It's all right. You know, I think it goes in decent, like here, because to be fair, I think we haven't had enough races
It's
with the
fast.
new cars.
It's fast. It's interesting. Last year was phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't think we've had enough races though to determine really.
I think the
With
only
the new
thing
cars.
that I'm gonna say that keeps it there is the fact that Max dominates.
Okay, maybe that means that we're being slightly harsh on it. Maybe it is up here. Maybe it's like there.
No, it's not there.
Maybe it's like there.
It's not above Bahrain.
Maybe it's there.
Not yet, anyway.
We'll put it in beauty for now.
It's got a potential.
It's a
as
great
track
racetrack.
to go to the top of beauty.
Oh, we can't deny though. It's 100% a great racetrack.
Oh god, yeah.
Amazing. It's got the challenge, it's got the speed, and it's got the overtaking opportunities as well. It's a good racetrack, but yeah, not quite there yet. Monza, obviously, I think that goes right there. I don't
No.
think. What do we know?
Monza goes below Belgium.
No, what? No. It's Britain, Monza, Belgium.
No, it's Britain, Belgium, Monza.
Why?
Britain, Belgium, Monza.
Yeah, but Monza's the Tifosi.
I know it's the Tifosi.
The Tifosi, bro.
I know it's the
The
Tifosi.
Tifosi. Bam.
The spectacle that it does bring is great.
Pierre Gasly winning.
Yeah, I know.
Daniel
I should
Ricciardo
have put a bet on that. I would
winning.
have got so much money.
It throws a bit, bro. Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, all winners in the last 5 years. Come on.
Yeah, but
Was Gasly in the last 5 years? Yeah, he was. All winners at this Charles Leclerc 29. So 5 and 6.
As a race, I prefer Belgium. I do prefer Belgium. You got to think that what you had Ocon and Perez locking out the second row in Belgium, 4-way fight into that top corner.
Okay, for racing, I think
For racing.
For the spectacle,
for
Monza
racing,
is there.
For the spectacle, for the fans, for the Tifosi, for Ferrari.
I can see to that. Yeah.
Top, but as a race, I think Belgium's better in terms of its racing.
Okay.
I mean, you just got to look at the layouts. I mean,
yeah, that's fair. Right, Azerbaijan. Now let's not be harsh to it because.
No, I'm being harsh.
No. I won't have that.
No,
I don't have that because this is recency bias, and I know that plays a part because you can't not take it.
Recency bias. So when did Bahrain, Azerbaijan come on?
2016.
Was it 16 or 15?
16.
16.
Yeah.
So getting on 8 years this year.
And they were all good races up until.
They were good races.
The 2020s.
Up until 2020. So for half the years have been good, half the years.
You're looking at about 50-50 split, yeah. So I think it's got to go decent.
It's not going to get any better.
It's got to go decent.
It's not going to get any better.
No, but the thing is, Azerbaijan has that potential to throw up because it is a challenging track. It is.
I know it's a challenge. Yeah, it is. I'm not disputing it's a challenge.
And it's got good overtaking opportunities. Not too narrow. It's wide enough. The castle section, I'd argue the castle section has quickly become one of the most iconic places on the calendar in terms of corners.
That's because it's the narrowest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say decent. I wouldn't say any better than decent, but it's like it can spur up a good race.
Down.
Not above Saudi.
It's below Imola.
Yeah, but I'd argue Imola's above Saudi, so I'd put it there. I won't put it bottom because I don't think Australia either.
Okay.
Singapore. Singapore's verging on becoming an iconic F1 track, is it not?
I think so.
It's getting there. It's been on the calendar for 16 years. So a good chunk of time this race has been there.
Usually throws up a red flag or a safety car.
Yeah, usually does throw up something. And it's challenging as hell.
You've got the whole Alonso crash gate.
Yeah. It's Monaco, but you can overtake.
You've got Max Vettel Raikkonen crash first corner.
Yeah.
That wet race.
You've
got Hamilton's ridiculous lap.
Yeah. I won't lie, and obviously last year's race was really good as well.
Yeah, it was a good race last year, but that's because Red Bull won a thing. And it was the new layout last year.
Okay, I really love the tunnel section, but I do admit that for racing, the new layout is better.
It's not amazing though.
No, I do prefer the tunnel, but the for racing, I think it is better.
Overall, though, I think how many laps is Singapore?
Oh, it's a lot. It's the longest race on the calendar in terms of time it takes.
But I would say it's only good for 30% of the race.
Really? I think it's in beauty.
It settles down.
Because if you're going to put Netherlands in beauty, I think Singapore's got to go in there.
But I think Singapore is above China.
You think it's above China? I'd say it's below China. I'd say it's about there.
I'd put it above China.
In that kind of spectrum. No, because I think China, you got...
I think we've been very nice to China.
No, China deserves to be there, bro.
If this is a bad race this year, it's going straight to Mazepin.
All right, well, I'll hold you to that.
Okay.
Texas. This is a very, very good track. It's right. I said earlier that Miami, I feel like, is a rip-off of other tracks. But Texas manages to incorporate sections from other tracks, but manages to do it very well. I feel.
I'm putting it above Canada.
I agree. I think it's goated, Texas.
I think it's goated.
It is goated.
I love Texas, to be fair.
Because
something always happens. Something's thrown up, and it's always a good race. You
The-
can't argue with it.
The only thing that is doubt in my mind is obviously we've rated these a lot of historic factors. Historic has played a big part in this.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Texas, yeah, it's only 12 years old in terms of the amount of races we've had there.
Yeah.
So it's not goated on history. In fact, it's one of the newer tracks. So you can't.
No,
Give
but in terms of as a newer track, it is.
In about 15 years, it is an iconic F1 circuit.
Oh god, yeah.
It's on its way there. It is on its way.
It is
on
the
its
one
way.
with potential.
And also, we got to remember as well, it's the staple. And some of you Brits won't like this. Because obviously, I think it encapsulates the Americanization of Formula One, and it was the beginning of America becoming more familiar with the sport.
It's way better than Indianapolis.
It's way better than Indianapolis. It is. I think it's the staple American Grand Prix now. It's the staple. It was the staple American Grand Prix, and it still is. Like
Yeah.
It's literally called. Isn't it literally called the United States Grand Prix, and the others are called Miami and Las Vegas?
No, they're all called United States.
Oh, they're all
on the
called
F1.
United States.
Yeah.
Okay. But either way, it is the staple United States Grand Prix.
No, yeah. Texas is.
Yeah.
It's got huge potential
To be up there.
with a Belgium.
Oh no! In 20 years, it will be. I think it'll be an iconic F1 track.
Not above Britain.
No, not above
Will
Britain.
never be above.
Nothing will be above Britain. Mexico. Mexico. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you can either get a really good race or a really stinky race. There.
Have we had a really good race?
Yeah, the race where it was Vettel, Max battling, and there was that whole drama, wasn't there?
Is that the only one?
I don't know, no, because some races are usually good. We've had the Red Bulls fighting at the front. Yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed Mexico's races, but but sometimes I just really haven't.
It's long.
Yeah,
It's tedious.
I don't think it's goated.
No way. It's not beauty.
It's not beauty.
It's not beauty.
I'd say it's top of decent. It's like near. I'd say it's like there with Hungary.
I'll go above.
Oh shit.
I'll go above Saudi.
Yeah, I'd agree. Right,
Goated.
Sao Paulo of
Goated.
one of the best tracks.
Where though?
Oh, it's like there, innit?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put above Japan.
Yeah. I was tempted not to because I feel like I'd get clowned.
I feel like we've been so nice in that goated section. I think we got to be harsher than that.
Why? Yeah, but they are goated though. Like these are the tracks. You got to think those can stink. You're excited for these ones though. Well, actually, no, that doesn't stink.
No, the list's fucked.
No, the list isn't fucked.
We put Spain down to Mazepin. Then we can sort out the mares.
I can agree to that.
And then I'm putting Baku and Australia back to Meh.
No.
Yes,
Baku.
you are.
I'm
Yes.
putting. Okay, if you're putting. Okay, right. We'll move them down. I'm having that above that then.
Okay.
And then
I'm putting that in decent.
we'll put Netherlands in decent. We'll put
Bahrain,
Bahrain
yeah,
in
top of decent.
top of decent.
That can stay.
That can
just.
stay. I think. No, but Canada is goated though.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah, it
beauty.
is.
It's top of beauty. It's top of beauty.
That means that has to go down.
Yeah, and that's goated.
That's goated. Yeah.
You
Fix
c-
the list.
yeah.
Fix the list.
It's got to be fixed.
Fix the list.
Is Singapore in beauty?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's historic now. I'd say it's iconic and it throws up some good races.
Okay.
It's just about though.
Yeah.
Just about.
I like
Las
that.
Vegas.
I like the correction.
Las Vegas.
It's only been on for 1 year, but that one race was my
So-
favourite race last year.
This is the example, and I think
That was my favourite race last year.
yeah, Vegas and Qatar are the examples that I was given at the start of the video, where it's like there's one race so you can't really.
What,
Well,
two?
Qatar has two. Has had two.
That was my favourite race though.
Yeah, it's a good race. I think you just have to throw it in decent for now, because you don't know what to
I
expect.
think you got to throw it in meh for now because it's only 1 year.
No, because it's
Yeah, but
I
if
can
it's
get-
1 year. If that has a stinker,
no, but I can guarantee it's better than Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
okay.
I can guarantee it's better than Saudi.
Okay.
Qatar. Now,
Meh.
this is a good race.
Meh.
No, it is a good race.
Meh.
It is.
Meh.
It is a good race.
Meh.
Oscar Piastri.
Meh.
The tyres.
Meh. Yeah, the tyres made it boring. Everyone knew what everyone was doing.
That's true, yeah.
It was so dead.
I'm not too bothered about Qatar.
It was dead.
I'm not
and
too
in the
bothered
year
about
before that, Hamilton dominated. Then it was Max dominating the rest of the field. So Hamilton dominated Max. Max dominated the rest of the field, and the rest of the field did fuck all.
Yeah, you are right. Abu Dhabi.
As a
spectacle.
finisher, as a spectacle,
it's got that Monaco-esque.
beautiful.
It's got that Monaco-esque as a spectacle, hasn't it?
And it's always the season closer.
Well, it is now. I wish Brazil was, but I've gotten used to
You've got used to it.
Abu Dhabi being the season closer now, where I'm like, yeah, this is it.
But I'm going decent.
I'm gonna go harsh and say meh. I don't like it as a race. When has there ever been an exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? One where you've gone, yeah, that was a banging race. You're only excited because it's the last race of the season. You have to take it all in before there's no more F1 for like 3 months.
Yeah, but
so your
essentially
bias is
that's like
swayed.
opposite to Austria.
What do you mean?
Austria's a phenomenal race, but it's nothing.
Yeah, but the race matters more.
But Abu Dhabi is something.
Yeah, but the race matters more than what it means to be there. I would take an Austria race over an Abu Dhabi race.
Abu Dhabi, I mean, you've got Hamilton-Rosberg, 2014.
There was not a battle.
It wasn't a battle, but the jeopardy.
There was no jeopardy. Rosberg had a problem.
Until Rosberg's problem. You've got 2021. Do we need to go into that?
Yeah, but that wasn't a product.
Do we need to go
Yes,
into
we
2021?
We do. That wasn't a product of the race. That was a product of the FIA being fucking clowns.
Don't get me started on 2021.
No, but that's true though. It wasn't a product of the race.
I know. Just don't get me started on it.
So there's,
I still have nightmares.
It wasn't a product of the race. It wasn't. That the race was boring up until then because Lewis Hamilton was dominating. The only exciting thing that happened that race was Perez keeping him behind for a few laps. It's not a good track. There's never been an exciting race at Abu Dhabi. The only one that I can think of was 2009, Vettel and Webber chasing Hamilton.
I like the change.
No.
I like the layout change.
You're saying you're going to be harsh, and this race produces some of the stinkiest races of all mankind, and you're going, and you're saying it's decent. No. Oh my God. Go it. That's fair. It is just a matter, like the spectacle. No, I think the spectacle you gotta give it. You gotta give it spectacle.
Well, why is it going there?
The spectacle. It is the last race, but it's stinky race.
Yeah, but if it wasn't the last race, would it be a spectacle?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to tell you, bro. You were like, oh, it's got to go in decent. I was like, nah.
Yeah, it's Mazepin.
Imagine if Austria was the last race.
Mazepin.
Mate, fucking mental. Right, there we go. We are done. Thank you. So you concede that Saudi's not that good.
It's the jeopardy of it that makes it a thing.
Yeah. But either way, thank you very much for watching the tier list of F1 tracks.
If we did this again in a few weeks' time, that's completely different.
100%. 100%.
Apart from the top 5.
And the bottom 3. I think they're the same.
I would argue an Azerbaijan in there, to be honest.
No, it's had good races, bro.
I'm not going to get into that.
In fact, why is Spain there? We argued some good points for Spain, and it's in Mazepin.
Yeah, but it's so dead.
Yeah, but it's not that bad. It's not Abu Dhabi levels of dead, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck it. The list is fucked anyway. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye.